Hi, welcome to the podcast. I'm Chrissy, and we are going over some music things. So that's how you came up with the name.
And I think that was what sparked it for me.
It's just perfect.
To achieve what you want.
Is passion. It'll be pretty much every way.
That's a good question.
Hi, welcome to the podcast. I'm Chrissy, and I'm here to talk all things music, and specifically, we are gearing towards musicians who are just starting off, musicians who are trying to put their music out there, indie artists, anyone who's really trying to do it on their own and in their own way. And part of this podcast, I want to interview musicians who are doing what I'm doing. They're putting their music out there, they're getting themselves out there, and they are, trying to connect with people and grow. And so today I have a composer, and so we're going to talk about a few things of what he's doing and advice he has, and just overall music things. So welcome to the podcast, Mr. LA.
Hello, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
So happy to have you. So he is a composer who I've met through Instagram, and we have connected over music. We have very similar interests in music. I absolutely love the kind of music he makes and the kind of music he works on. So I want to get to know more about what he does. And so I want to start off by asking you, how did you become a musician?
This dates back to, I guess, around 2011, 2012. I got a DVD from a friend of mine, and it was a live music DVD from a concert in Bulgaria, in Sofia, the capital of Bulgaria, and it was the Big Four concert with Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, and Slayer. And I watched that, and I saw Kirk Hammett play, the lead guitar player from Metallica. And I saw that, and I was like, oh my God, I want to learn that too. I want to
Yeah.
play guitar like Kirk Hammett too. And it didn't take long after that that I told my mom I want to learn how to play the guitar.
hmm
And first she said yes. She was not like, yeah, you are not allowed to learn guitar. She said yes, but she believed I would not hold on to it for a pretty long at first. But I started then learning guitar. I started with electric guitar,
hmm
and I put all my free time, all my dedication, everything, I put
Yeah.
into that guitar, because that bigger picture of myself, seeing myself one day maybe on a big stage like Metallica and be able to
hmm
play like Kirk Hammett. This was a huge motivation always, and this was the original spark that got me into music. Yes, and after that, the years
Yeah.
gone by, and I keep playing.
Yeah, no, that's great. So I do want to get into also your background. You are from Germany, all the way from
Yes,
Germany.
exactly.
And I am over
Yes,
here
I'm
in
from
the
Germany.
US. So quite a distance, but it's amazing how, you can still connect just because of your love for music. But yeah, so you're from Germany. How did you get started as a composer over there? Like, is it any different? Is there anything, any insight or anything?
Well, I think the first 5 years, I just wanted to play the guitar and play my favorite songs. And then at some point, I was playing in a band with some friends from
hmm
school. We had a little band and we were playing. And during that time, I always felt like, I wanted to do my own things, my own music, because we were a cover band. And, you know, I, I couldn't find something that made us different from other cover bands. we played the typical cover songs, and I was like, we need
Right.
something, that makes us stand out.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
because of that, I tried to write own stuff, own music.
Hmm.
Uh, the first attempts were absolutely horrible. I had I had no education at all in
Yeah.
writing songs or in composing music. The first 3 years were mostly trial and error. You
Hmm.
know, trying around, see if it works or doesn't work, and then at some point I thought I have to learn music theory and I have to learn how to compose at least with a direction. Yeah, not
Yeah.
just take the instrument and let's see what happens. you know, so with a little bit of a plan behind.
Hmm.
And then I dedicated a lot of time in learning music theory and composing and songwriting.
Oh.
And after that, I felt much more confident in
Hmm.
writing songs. There was still a lot to learn. You have the theoretical knowledge, but of course, you still have to do it. There's nowhere around to just try things and learning by doing, basically. And through
Hmm.
that, I wrote normal songs, radio
Normal.
friendly songs, you know, uh, for quite some time,
Hmm.
and it felt right at the moment, but at some point it was like I, it was not what I feel
Right.
inside of me, and then I thought about everything, what I really want and what direction I want to go and what music do I really feel. And through that, I came then to the music I make now. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's a big thing for musicians and even for me too. I know I've talked to you about it, is finding like your own sound and figuring out what genre do I want to do? Because for me, I like a lot of genres. I've been influenced by a whole bunch from rock and folk and pop and everything. I like a lot. And I'm trying to find my unique sound because I'm also trying to put my music out for the first time. So, how did you discover? And first of all, let's talk about your sound. Tell me about your sound. I know what it is. I love it, but tell me, how would you describe it and like how did you get there?
Well, I would describe it as cinematic, dark fantasy music with a
Hmm.
epic touch to it.
Yeah.
Kind of, it's it's orchestral. It has a classical approach, but combined with modern influences, definitely.
Hmm.
Just like you, as you said, I also have many influences. Um, Hans Zimmer is one of the greatest influences, of
Yes.
course, yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
But all, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
It's my favorite score of all
Sparrow is
time.
always around the corner. Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And besides Hans Zimmer,
Hmm.
I started with metal music. I was very into metal music, as I said before, Metallica and stuff. Uh, Dream Theater is also big influence.
Hmm.
Blind Guardian, German band. But I also like, Earth, Wind and Fire and
Oh
swing
yeah.
bands, jazz. Frank Sinatra, for example, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So Michael Jackson, oh my God, I can't listen to Michael Jackson all day long. It's not that I'm in one genre specifically, but if I have a home base, it
Hmm.
would be definitely the metal genre and movie soundtrack, cinematic music like Hans Zimmer does. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's great stuff. That's it. And it's come together. I can tell your influences have all kind of come together to create your own unique sound. So yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, so for musicians who are starting off, like what would be your advice of them? How would you describe I know it's different for everybody and there's different genres and different levels and everybody has for different instruments. You play a ton of instruments, but some of us play one or two, or like so. I think you're able to find your sound with that. But for someone who's starting off, let's say they're a guitar player, how would they find their sound if they want to start writing songs?
That's a good question. Well, if you if you have a very clear vision,
Hmm.
if you can imagine what you want crystal clear in your mind, then you are already halfway there to
Hmm.
achieve what you want.
Yeah, I
And
agree. Yeah.
this is now easy. That's easier said than done.
Hmm. Hmm.
It sounds easy now. Uh, so I think for someone who wants to start out, he should be. It sounds very philosophy like now. What I
Yeah.
gonna say, but for someone who starts out or wants to start out, he has first to take a deep look inside himself,
Hmm.
find who he truly is, what he truly wants, and what is the bigger picture he sees himself in 10 years, maybe.
Right.
And if you can already imagine that, you're already halfway there. And then if you want to write songs, if you're a guitar player, now, like in your example,
Hmm.
it doesn't matter if you are a guitar player, or piano player, or a singer, or whatsoever.
Yeah.
It helps a lot if you can. It's also again a part of imagination. If you can imagine the melodies or the chord progression or whatever you have, if you can imagine it already in your mind,
Hmm.
if you can play the melody in your mind without the instrument, without your voice, without piano, and then if you then are able to reproduce that exactly on your instrument or with your voice, you are basically the king or queen of music already. That's a that's a
Yeah.
that's a big accomplishment. This is not easy. This is creativity.
Yeah.
But if you can bring that what's in your mind to the real world,
Yeah.
that's a great skill, and you should definitely always work on that
No,
from
that's
the pure artistic side.
yeah.
Now, yeah,
No, that's great. That is great. I agree. I can understand also from a songwriting perspective. Like, yeah, it's you have to really like imagine it first before it comes out. Because I don't know about you, but for me, when it comes out a little different when I first thought of it. I think of it one way, and then when it actually publishes, when it actually, when I bring it out, it's like, okay, it's a little different than what I thought, but it's a little better because you're improving it and working on it.
absolutely. I should also say
Mhm.
there's always room for changes.
Mhm.
Never any stuff I've written. I started right here,
Yeah,
maybe at the
exactly.
bottom, and I thought I have a straight line, I have a red line, but during the process itself, I
Yeah.
changed a million things, and my original vision expanded to
Yeah,
something way
exactly.
more greater than at the starting point. Yeah, so that's totally normal.
Yeah.
Don't be like, I had my vision and I only do that now. And you can,
Hmm.
of course, expand and experiment.
Yeah, yeah. Mine always changes. I have an idea for it, and somehow
Yeah,
it'll be a completely different genre when once it's written out. I'm like, how did that happen? But it just kind of flows. But I
exactly. Yeah,
imagine it's the same for you. Yeah. I don't
yeah,
know if you do
yeah,
like the
absolutely.
little
Always.
voice notes. Do you save like the voice notes on your phone when you have ideas, or how do you do?
I actually I write it down right away. I
You
go in my
do.
notation program and write the notes down immediately. Yeah, I have to do it. I'm so bad at remembering such things. It's for real. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I think, "Oh, that's a great melody."
Me
Oh, but
too.
I'm so
I do
tired.
that.
Yeah, but I'm so
Yeah.
tired. I don't. You still will know it in the next morning, and then
Yeah.
you don't. You don't remember it. I have to write it down right
Hmm.
away. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
I
the
do.
type
I'll
of
save it in my
person who.
phone.
Okay, yeah, well, as long as you somehow have it stored somewhere, it's
Yeah.
absolutely fine.
But you're right, you'll forget. It's you gotta if you have an
Yeah,
idea, even if it's not that good, write it down because
yeah,
you don't know. It could change completely and it'll be great. So I
Absolutely.
want to ask you, I know you work and you do music, and a lot of people feel like they can't do music because they work. I have felt like that several times. How do you balance, having a regular job and, working and earning money and then still make time for your music?
Well, I,
Well,
I hope my answers are not too long. I tend to talk a lot.
you're
Um,
fine.
for a long time, I had a total full-time job, and
Hmm.
I always said to myself, well, I start with my music next year. And
Hmm.
then a year passed, and then I thought to myself, well, but next year I gonna start.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then another year passed, and next year I really gonna start. And
Right.
years passed on, and I did not start more seriously. And then at one point I said to myself, I can't do this with a full-time job because it takes away too much time. And then I took the decision. I reduced my main job to 50%. So
Hmm.
right now I'm only working at my normal job 3 days a week. And of course
Okay.
I get less money then, obviously. I just
Hmm.
work 3 days a week at my normal job, so I have 4 days a week for my music, to finally
Hmm.
do it more seriously and do it with all dedication and passion possible.
Yeah.
Some some can manage it with a full-time job, and I have the highest respect for everyone because that's probably the hardest thing on earth,
Yeah.
If you are 8 hours at work and then after work you go into your next kind of work, I don't like to call the music stuff work, but it's still a lot to do.
Yeah.
And if you have a lot of energy, it can be possible, but I'm not the type of guy, that when you work eight hours a day, I'm not the type of guy that goes all out then after 8 hours.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah,
this
I
is
understand.
how I approached it,
Hmm.
and I can highly, if you can afford it and do it this way, I can highly recommend it. If you have a dream, and as I said before, if you have a crystal clear vision, don't just dream your dream, start to live your dream.
Hmm.
It makes yourself so much more happier.
Yeah.
I can't describe you this feeling it is. I had second thoughts, a ton of second thoughts. What if I
Hmm.
fail? What if it doesn't work? What if everything I do no one likes and whatsoever? But in the end, all these second thoughts were for nothing. Right now, I must say it was the best decision probably until
Yeah.
now in my life. Yeah.
No, that's good. So I want to
I hope
talk
that sounds
about.
not too egoistic.
No, that's great. That's great. I want to talk about you and you put out a new music video recently. It's called In My World, and it's great. It's great. You went all out for this. A lot of musicians make quick videos, simple things of here and there at this place, and you went all out with costumes, with the scenery, with
Yeah.
editing. And
Yeah.
so tell us a little bit about that song and like the work, the effort you put into that.
This, I have to say, this put me really on the edge of my sanity.
Okay.
Uh, this,
I thought you were gonna say seat, edge of my seat, but no.
of my sanity. This
Okay.
was a lot of work. This was a lot of work.
Hmm.
The- Getting the costume, getting a main actor or actress in that case, a
Hmm.
right actress for kind of that type of thing, finding the locations, doing the shots, was
Hmm.
a lot of work, but I did it again because I had a very clear vision in my head
Yeah.
how I wanted to have the music video for that song.
Yeah.
And there was nothing, that could stop me from doing that. I wanted to do that so badly. It didn't matter to me how much work or effort I have to put into this. I wanted to do that so badly. And now it's only a 5-minute music video, but the total process of to get that done was around 8 months of work. So we started in September 2024 and we finished in June 2025.
Oh,
All these 8
wow.
months, I don't know. But however, because it's with two shots, and
Yeah.
the indoor shot, we had to do it in winter time because we
Oh,
needed um, daylight had to go away more earlier,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's it's more darker, so we have a very dark room available, so no daylight, so we needed a super dark setting, so we had to do that in winter. And for the other thing, for the outdoor shot, we needed a lot of daylight, so the only option was to do it in summer.
Oh, okay.
uh, that's why it took so long, we had to
Hmm.
wait, of course. And also getting the costume was a lot of work too. But I must admit, I got help for that.
Hmm.
A friend of mine is a stylist, and she has access to a lot of theaters, and those theaters have, of course, a lot of costume parts and so on, and she can borrow costume parts from there.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
so she was responsible for creating
Hmm.
that costume. This is not my this is not my effort. So she did all of that, and I'm deeply grateful for that.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
make friends who with those that are working at the theater, so you get access to cool costumes.
Yeah, yeah. Highly recommend it, because getting a costume like that on any other way
I
is
know.
very
It looks
difficult. Yeah,
authentic. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
So definitely, if you like to check out this kind of music, basically, I would explain it like if anyone likes Game of Thrones, Gladiator, if you like the sound of like Pirates of the Caribbean, that kind of dramatic, right? Would you agree? Like, who would you recommend this music
Yeah.
for? Like your type of music, if you're a fan of like kind of that Renaissance theme stuff, or but with a little bit of a, like you said, a little bit of a metal influence.
I would say anyone who likes Lord of the Rings
Okay.
or Game of Thrones, as you
Hmm.
said, or the sci-fi series The 100, from the style
Hmm.
and from the overall feeling, because it's especially that final song is
Hmm.
very emotionally loaded and pretty dark, but also big and epic in the arrangement. And yeah, so everyone who is into that and also likes the music of Hans Zimmer, then you are
Yes.
definitely good to check it out.
It's my favorite composer because I love Pirates of the Caribbean. And I love the movie, but I really
Yeah,
love the song. It's separate. Like I love the song. It's not just the movie, but yeah,
it's
it blends so well with the movie. It brings out like the emotion
yeah,
and
it
also
fits perfectly.
but not just a theme song, but the one on the at World's End, that dramatic one. I
Hmm.
forgot what it's called, but that one's great. I just love all his music. But yeah, so if you like Hans
I
Zimmer,
know what you mean. Yeah.
you need to check out Mr. LA. You are streaming, right? You have every on all the streaming platforms?
Yeah, mostly Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and what else is
Hmm.
out there? Yeah,
Hmm.
it's
And it's
everything.
really easy to search, just Mr. LA, just exactly how it sounds. So if you like all that kind of music, if you like those kind of movies, you're gonna love his music because, and it's great. It's really well put together. It has emotion. It's raw. It's just like a moving. You're very talented at what you do. So, um, definitely you need to look up Mr. LA, find his music, and you can follow him also on Instagram, Mr. LA Composer. Anything else
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
want to
Thank you.
add in, or you want to, as far as tips or anything about you as we close off?
I would say, I mostly say that. I would say a final message to all out there is be kind to each other, be supporting to each other, and just stay together in the community.
Well, it was so great to have you on. I am so happy to have you on here and talk about your music. And you know a lot about music. You've done a lot, and so really appreciate you having you on this podcast and giving us your insights and giving us some advice and tips. So appreciate you and hope to have you back sometime. And just want to thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me. It was a true pleasure, and we will see us and hear us in the future, maybe.
All right. And so that is it for today's podcast. And again, if you want to go follow Mr. LA Composer, depending on which platform you're on, pretty easy to find. But thanks again. Thanks for listening and keep tuning in for new episodes and other musicians who are putting out their music. Thank you.